Hi everyone. So tomorrow is another surgery. Today is day 134 post-op. As you can believe, I am absolutely exhausted with this process, but remember, everybody's results aren't the same, which means that everybody's what is it called? Recovery isn't the same. So I had to turn for over 40 days. I turned for about 57 days. So my recovery was so long because of that. So usually the amount of days that you turn, you're recovering for pretty much that much more days after you stop turning. So some people, they turn for 20 days, and then 20 days later, they are back in surgery, or not back in surgery, but removing their pins. So since it took me over 50 days, it took me over 50 more days to recover, grow new bone, and heal, and things like that. So tomorrow is another surgery. I'm excited because number one, I know that a lot of people get their pins removed while they're awake, and they tell you to just take a painkiller and they kind of pull it out of your foot. I did not want to experience that, although I did want to record it so I can show you guys. But that's not going to be my experience. They're going to take it out tomorrow morning. And in the OR, I'll be completely knocked out, and they're also going to repair my joint, which I spoke about in a different video, which is a situation that I didn't even know I had until recently. But I guess it doesn't even bother until my joints start getting pushed back into the right place, where my joint is oval instead of round like it should be. So he's gonna go and fix that. He's gonna remove my pins, and then we start talking about the post pinning journey. So tomorrow morning, 6 a.m. I have arrival time at St. Mary's Medical Center in West Palm Beach, Florida. And I'll probably won't be in surgery for a couple hours after that. So I'll be sure to record some things and show you guys how my morning goes. So they told me that I can have clear liquids up to 2 hours before surgery, but I'm sure that I have to fast. I probably won't be able to eat anything past 9 p.m. tonight, which is not a big deal, because with the nausea, it can really make you sick, and you can really throw all that up after surgery, and it can cause a problem during surgery, I believe. So yeah, that. And I recently had 3 wisdom teeth taken out. So I had to make sure, I told them about my medication. If you're on medication, make sure you let them know. And because certain medications, you might not be able to have surgery while you're on them. So they gave me a painkiller, which is hydrocodone. And I'm also on amoxicillin for 10 days, 3 times a day. So they said it's not a problem. So tomorrow I'll be bringing in my medication to show them what I'm on, what the dosages are, and we will go through with the surgery. I do not know how long surgery will be because I'm not having a pre-op session with Dr. Lamb this time. But I can't imagine that it would be any longer than the 2.5 hours that it was when they put the pins in. So they're just taking it out and probably shaving down my joints. So I don't think it should take more than an hour and a half to 2 hours if all goes well. So I also wanted to talk about one thing that threw me for a loop was my husband. I'm on my husband's insurance. He had a particular insurance. When I first had the surgery, they covered everything. Remember, I told you the surgery was about $77,000. It was adjusted down to $45,000 and some change. And they paid for all of it. My copay for my out-of-pocket fees were $600 for the hospital stay. So his insurance changed in December. He had one insurance for the surgery, which was November, December, his insurance changed because he got a new job, and this insurance has been wrecking my brain. So I have been getting bills for every doctor's appointment I've been having with Dr. Lamb post-op, which is like him going to have x-rays. I've been paying for the x-rays about $147 per visit, which is not as much as the actual appointment. The appointment's over $500, but the $147 per appointment is, it's a lot of money to dish every single time you go see him. And my recent appointment in February, the last week of February, they didn't pay any of it. So I got like a $649 bill. I'm not really sure. I'm gonna call his insurance company and talk about it, because there was nothing different between this last appointment and the previous appointments before then. So I have to figure that out. And when I said my first surgery, my out-of-pocket fees was $600. This surgery, my out-of-pocket fees are like $3,500. I was completely blown away when they called me today. She asked me if I can at least put $500 down, and I was like, that's not happening. So I put $100 down, and they're going to put me on a payment plan. But that really, like, it blew my mind, because I was like, wow, I went from a $600 copay to a $3,500 copay, and it's all because the deductible hasn't been met. So I was like, man, that's a pretty high deductible. So I am absolutely, I felt overwhelmed and on the brink of tears when I got off the phone with that woman. But I'm very, very hopeful and very, very excited for to just be back on my feet, literally, after tomorrow, and to just feel how different life is going to be with my correction surgery. So I say all that to say, make sure you call your insurance and you grill them on how much it costs. I didn't call the new insurance company and ask them how much it would cost, because I honestly didn't think it was going to be much different from the insurance before. So I'm completely blindsided, but there's nothing I can do at this point. At this point, I'm going to let everything happen as it happens. I'm going to put myself on a payment plan, because one thing they will do is they will send you to collections. And if you value your credit score like I do, you're going to want to make sure that you show that you are trying to pay it off in some kind of way. And that stuff sticks with your credit score for a few years. So I really don't want to go down that route. Even though it's a hefty chunk of change, it's nowhere near $77,000. I know that much. And even though it's more money than I would like to deal with, I can deal with a payment plan. So be sure that before you make any decisions as far as this goes, that you get your coins together and you make sure that your insurance gives you clear answers on how much everything costs. Angela, Dr. Lamb's booking secretary, I want to say that's her title. She is amazing. She will nobody's going to tell you no, that you can't have the surgery, but which is great, because she'll make sure that the people approve you as far as finances go. But you want to make sure that you put your best foot forward and that you're not putting yourself in a bad situation for afterwards. You want to make sure that you okay, you come up with a plan. This is how I'm going to pay it off when you find out how much it costs. So I've learned, and going forward, hopefully this will be my last surgery, and I don't foresee anything else happening as far as my feet go. Knock on wood. So I'm praying that I won't have to come out of pocket any more thousands of dollars after this is paid off. So that is it for insurance changes. I actually wanted to make this quick video. We're not going to be long here. I wanted to show you, I told you guys a couple videos ago that I was going to record my walk. My husband's not here, So I'm going to have to get a little ghetto and put the laptop down so you guys can see me walk. And this is pretty much how I've been walking right after I stopped turning. Actually, after I stopped turning, my foot felt instantly better, right? And I wasn't feeling good for a long time because I think I've been turning. I think I'm probably the person that has been turning the longest out of the people who turn, right? I've turned for over 40 days. Most people 20 days, a little over 20 days maybe. But I doubled that, more than doubled that. So my foot was uncomfortable for a very long time. I didn't really walk on it while turning because a lot was going on in my foot. So after I stopped turning and my foot felt instantly better, but I wasn't really walking well. And I mentioned this in another video. I went to Dr. Lamb. I told him, at this point I should be able to be walking, like not walking long distance, but I should be able to walk. And so he adjusted my toe, which I explained in the other video was painful, but 2 days later, after the soreness from where he adjusted it calmed down, I've been walking ever since. I use my scooter still, but I take a 30-minute walk every day. Actually, 5 days a week. And today I walked from my parking spot upstairs to the apartment without the scooter because I had so many things in my hand and I couldn't push myself on the scooter at the same time. But that was a big deal to me because it was like, wow, I can do this. It's the day before surgery, so I won't have to do this anymore. But I've always been using the scooter because I'm really nervous with the K-wire being at the tip of my toe. I've had people bump into it. People drop things on it. So I like to keep my foot behind me because I don't want it to get hurt. And it hurts a lot. Really quick before I show you guys my walk. A couple weeks ago, it was a friend's birthday, so we went out to the restaurant. I haven't really been going out since the surgery because, again, people bump into my feet. It's just not a situation that I want to deal with. I keep my foot out to the side because it's really hard to keep. I don't know if it's because I'm a bigger girl, but I keep my foot out to the side because it feels better to stretch it out and not to sit with my feet underneath me for a long time. Plus, everybody's feet is underneath the table. So if my feet are underneath the table too, there's a lot more of a chance that I'll get kicked in the foot. Well, not only did I get kicked in the foot while it was on the side by the waiter, who clearly, I feel like he clearly saw it because he saw me when I walked in and we talked about it a couple times. Like, hey, my foot is here. But he kept coming to the side to take people's orders, to bring people's orders. And then he just came and he walked into my foot. 5 minutes later, I want to say, my friend who was sitting to my left dropped her cell phone on my toe, right on the toe that has the K-wire in it. And it was like immediate, I didn't even have a chance to block it. It just started, tears started flowing. I started crying. She started crying because she made me feel bad. Restaurant staff brought me a bag of ice, put it on my foot. And an hour later, I was okay. But I think it was a mixture of pain because the K-wire being in my foot it doesn't hurt, but it's like numb. And it's not the kind of numb when your foot falls asleep. It's numb that like if you press it, then it hurts. So when things fall on it, it's uncomfortable for me. And I've made it so far where I'm like, man, if something happens right before surgery where my toe breaks or somebody breaks my toe or something, I'm going to be so upset because I want my toe to be in good shape. And I don't want to say, man, I should have stayed home because I've been trying to protect myself from getting hurt. So why did you go out there and you went to the restaurant and now you got something that fell on your toe and it's broken and this is all my fault, So I think my toe's fine. We'll find out tomorrow. I'll let you guys know. But it hasn't been hurting ever since the ice and, we cried it out. I'm fine. But I chose to keep myself very sheltered during the recovery process, because for that exact reason, I just did not want people around me. People don't get it. People don't get, hey, my foot, and they bump into it, and it's too much. So thankfully, on day 135, tomorrow, Friday, I will get all of this hardware out of my foot. My toe will still be stiff, which is completely okay with me. But at least the things that get in the way will be gone. So I'm going to show you guys my walk really quick, and then I'll be back. Bear with me. So I'm sure that you can tell that it doesn't really hurt me to walk, and it's not that bad. The fixator is still in there with the 6 pins, and then the K-wire at the tip of my toe is still in there. I walk a certain way. I don't, you know how you walk like this? I don't walk like this because the pin is in there, and when it rubs the floor, that's really uncomfortable for me. And I also feel like I don't know if it's going to hurt my toe if I let it rub the ground like that. So I kind of walk to the side like a penguin. So I walk normal with this foot because there's nothing happening on this foot, and then I walk like I just step, no bending pretty much, besides my knee with my left foot. So that was my walk. After the surgery tomorrow, I kind of want to transition into recovery, going back to the gym, how I feel with going back to the gym and stuff like that. So I will see you guys then. I actually see you guys before that, or you guys will see me before that, because I will be posting about surgery day and how that goes. And that is about it before I start transitioning into a different kind of transitioning to recovery post pins. I wanted to say something else and I completely lost my train of thought, but if it comes back up, I'll let you know. So yeah, please let me know if you have any questions. If you have any questions, please let me know. I can either read them on another video coming up, or I would love to respond to you in the YouTube comments. So just let me know. Keep me in your thoughts as I go into surgery tomorrow. And I think that is about it. So you can also email me. My email will be in the description box. My email is locdandcurvy, LOCDANDCURVY @gmail.com. And you can, like I said, you can talk to me in the comments. I actually remember what I wanted to say. So I don't know if anybody has any questions about weight management during recovery, because you're not really walking around, you're not very active. It's really easy to put on some weight. I'm going to be transparent. Before surgery, I was about 343 pounds. 348 pounds. I put on, after surgery, I didn't eat much, and then, the day after surgery was Thanksgiving. So I tried to eat as much as I could because people brought me so much food, but I was so drowsy from the anesthesia that I couldn't eat as much as I wanted to. But then it got to a point where I wasn't cooking, and my husband is so busy with work and just trying to take care of me and trying to keep me satisfied and trying to help me, that he just would, I'm bringing something home, and we were constantly eating out. So at this point, about a month ago, I decided that I needed to drop some weight because I gained weight. And after the surgery, we want to start trying to have a child. So I need to worry about my weight, as far as having a healthy pregnancy, even though results aren't typical. So as far as being plus size and pregnant. But I wanted to make sure that I lost some weight, because if I have a person growing in my body, don't know if I can carry around that much extra weight along with the extra weight I'm carrying right now. So I decided to look into intermittent fasting, and it's been working very well. I'm actually 327 now, and I'm really excited about it. I'm excited about just where I'm going, as far as not that I need to be, I don't need to drop a colossal amount of weight, because I'm never going to be a skinny person, but I know that I need to lose some, and being able to see a change in something that's not terrible for me is what made me happy, as far as going the fasting route. So I can speak more about intermittent fasting if you guys would like. If not, you guys can look up videos on YouTube. Pinterest has lots of stuff, but I can tell you what I did and kind of tell you how my days look as far as fasting goes in another video if you'd like. I'm so sorry that I'm over 20 minutes now. I spoke a lot longer than I expected to, but please forgive me. I hope this video was informational. I hope that this video informed you in many different ways. And let me know if you have any questions about anything. We will talk soon. Have a great day.